Sir? Yes, sir. You hear me?
Put your mic on mute, sir. Thank you. Ms. Holmes, you can get the defendants back in the courtroom. Jefferson County Court at law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session. 2 cases, cause numbers M330716 and cause number M331822. Both cases are styled the state of Texas versus Francisco Martinez. Mr. Martinez, is that your full name? Mr. Martinez, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Martinez, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Martinez, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Martinez? Okay, I understand that. Mr. Martinez, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Charles Rojas. Attorney Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Mr. Hubel?
So you're saying bring it on. Let me see what he wants to do.
They're gonna have to give you a reset. Okay, and Mr. Rojas, do you waive a record in Mr. Martinez cases?
We do, Your Honor.
Ms. Martinez, in cause number M330716, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleges that you, Francisco Martinez, on or about June 13th, 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. Mr. Martinez, do you understand what you've been charged with? And to this charge, Mr. Martinez, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? And Mr. Martinez, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments, also labeled as State's Exhibit Number 1. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials on the line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? On the next page of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Now, Mr. Martinez, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Martinez, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
Say for safe one.
Any objections?
No objection.
No objection. State's Exhibit Number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Rojas, you advised and counseled Mr. Martinez. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Martinez, your attorney, Mr. Rojas, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Mr. Martinez, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
For the defendants plead guilty, the state has offered 90 days probate over 1 year with a $500 fine, 60 hours community service, DWI standard conditions of probation, and the installation of an interlock device.
And the next case?
That case will be dismissed as part of the plea on this case.
Okay. Okay, now, what is this court cost? 377? Ms. Martinez, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already, you'll be placed on probation for a period of 1 year. During the 1 year period, you're required. Mr. Bailey, would you please put your mic on mute? Okay. During the 1 year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 plus a DPS fine of $100. You'll be required to pay court costs in this case of $377. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, and reimbursement fee of $15. Mr. Rojas, are you appointed in this case?
No, Your Honor.
Now, Mr. Martinez, you will also be required to pay Jefferson County DW Education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is a total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you are on probation is $172 a month. Will you be able to pay the $172 each month? Right? You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate. You will be required to attend and complete the DW education class. You'll be required to have an alcohol assessment, and you will be required to adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of DWI probation. And the state will be dismissing cause number M331822. Mr. Martinez, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept the state's offer? Mr. Martinez, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Martinez, you're gonna stand in front of our court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day. And we will be dismissing the next case. Yeah, what's? I thought I saw a 7 or something. Oh. Check the paperwork on that tablet. I think somebody, I think it was the 7 that was on something. Today is the 8th. Check, you gotta check that EPE. Okay, Mr. Sammy? Hold on a minute. Mr. Hubert? Next case is cause number M333-320. Case is style the state of Texas versus Noel Alejandro Rivera. Mr. Rivera, would you please come forward? Mr. Rivera, how are you doing?
Good.
I'm doing fine. Mr. Rivera, your case by your attorney Jansen Bailey, who's appearing via Zoom. Mr. Bailey, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Your Honor. Thank you for asking.
Okay, Mr. Bailey, what's your announcement in Mr. Rivera's case?
Your Honor, Mr. Rivera has been accepted in the pretrial diversion program. I would ask that it be reset until after the next contract signing, and we should have that taken care of.
When is the contract signing? Do we know?
I don't know.
Do you know when you're supposed to sign the contract?
No.
Mr. Huber, when is the next contract? June,
It's
July,
August
is it
1st.
August? Okay, so we're gonna reset him after August 1st. Okay, this case is gonna be reset to August 19th, 2024. Mr. Rivera, obviously your contract is gonna be signed before that date. Stay in contact with your attorney. We're gonna give you a copy of the reset. Stay in contact with your bonds as well. So you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Please get your reset.
Thank you,
And-
Judge.
Yeah, Mr. Bailey, your reset will be sent to you. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. Mr. Rivera, you have a blessed day. Paula Landry. Good morning. This is cause number 23 CCCR 0438. Case is style the state of Texas versus Paula Rose Landry. Ms. Landry, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Landry, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Landry, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Landry, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Landry? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Ms. Landry, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Reagan Minaldi. And Ms. Minaldi, how are you doing?
Good, how are you, Josh?
I'm doing fine. Ms. Minaldi, do you waive a record in Ms. Landry's case?
We do.
Ms. Landry, I have before me a document that is titled information sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Paula Rose Landry, on or about January 26th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of theft. Ms. Landry, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, Ms. Landry, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Landry, I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials, PL on the line next to boxes. Check guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
On the next document, it's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant?
Yes, it is.
And Mr. Landry, before you signed and initialed these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you? And did you read and understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Landry, are you a citizen of the United States?
Stay up for 6 months.
No objection.
No objection, states exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Ms. Madala, you've advised and counseled Ms. Landry, is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
And Ms. Landry, your attorney, Ms. Minaldi, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
Has she provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Ms. Landry, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
Defendants plead guilty to stays up. Courthouse tax retired.
Okay. Ms. Landry, the state is offering that you serve 60 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you would not have to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you've already served 60 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you have already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired. That means that you will not be required to pay the court costs because the time that you spent in jail has already paid off the court costs. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Ms. Landry, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Landry, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Landry, you're gonna stand in front of a court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you're finished following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free and you have a blessed day.
President Johnson.
And I'm also here for Tom Shirley today.
Okay.
It might be big job, actually. Eden, Hay.
Aiden B. McKay. Court is in session in 3 cases. They are cause numbers 23 CCCR 0865, cause number M331910, and cause number M334212. All 3 cases are styled in the state of Texas versus Aiden McCaig. Mr. McCaig, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. McCaig?
Having a beautiful morning.
That's good. Now, Mr. McCaig, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Tom Kelly. Attorney Kelly is not here. However, standing in for Mr. Kelly is Attorney Reagan Minaldi. Does Ms. Minaldi have your permission to stand in for Mr. Kelly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Minaldi, what is your announcement in Mr. McCaig's case?
Yes, sir.
Cases.
We are asking for a reset on those cases. It's not understanding that he has potential pending felony issues that arise from the same incidents. Or just potential felony issues regardless. So we're asking for
This case,
because of that.
yeah, I don't see anything on the docket about says he has a felony.
I think they are,
Do you know anything about it?
I don't see anything pending, Your Honor.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna put these cases they're on the pretrial conference act. I'm gonna put them on the trial docket.
okay, Judge.
Yeah, because these cases getting pretty old. Give us a reset date. Okay, your case is gonna be reset for trial August 19, 2024. Your attorney is gonna get your reset, Mr. McKay. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. And you have a blessed day. All right, and Ms. Minaldi, that's it for you?
Yes.
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Just have a seat right there. Thank you.
Okay, the person that's on Zoom that has iPhone, would you please state your full name? Yeah, the person that's on Zoom that just has iPhone, please state your full name.
Jorge Gonzalez.
Would you repeat your name again?
It's Jorge Gonzalez.
Jorge Gonzalez. Both.
Okay. All right, you can put your mic on mute. Mr. Gonzalez. What docket?
On the trial docket, it's Mr. Galmore's fine.
Galbo, okay. Fred Colbert Vickers? Vickers? Mr. Vickers, your full name is Fred Corbett Vickers?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Vickers?
Doing great, sir.
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Vickers. You're representing your case by your attorney, Kevin Lane. Attorney Lane, how are you doing?
Fine, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Lane, what is your announcement in Mr. Vickers' case?
Your Honor, we're asking the court to place this on the pretrial docket.
Okay,
Received all of our discovery and offers, and we may have a motion for the court on that time.
okay, give us a reset date.
August 26th.
Okay, this case will be reset for August 26th, 2024. Mr. Vickers, your attorney is gonna get you reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to leave, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. And you have a blessed day. And Mr. Lane, I think this is your only case.
It
You're
is.
free to go. And once you get your reset, and you have a blessed day as
You
well.
too, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Grove, we have Charisma Keys, who is on Zoom. Ms. Keys. What's this? Oh, where's and then we have Mr. Paget, who filed the motion to substitute in this case.
Okay, we're not opposed. I thought he would be here, Your Honor.
He's on Zoom.
Oh,
I would have
Yeah.
been here in person. I had every intention to be so, but had a little issue with power after I got in.
Okay, now the court is going to be granting this motion to substitute. And Mr. Grove, you relieved off of this case.
thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And Mr. Paget, let's see, your reset will be sent to you. Give us a reset date. It's on the announcement docket, page 2. Yes,
If we could do a Wednesday, Your Honor, or a Friday, it would be very helpful.
okay. Okay, this case will be reset to Wednesday, August 11th of 2024. Ms. Keys, at 9 a.m. And Mr. Paget, your reset will be sent to you. And Ms. Keys, stay in contact with your bondsman and your attorney. They will have copies of your reset. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Paget, I think this is your only case as well. You have a-
I think I should have another case on your docket, Your Honor.
Okay, all right, we'll get to that one. Just hold on a minute.
No problem, Your Honor. I'll step off and wait for you to call my name.
Okay, Ms. Keys, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you.
Okay,
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Mr. Grove.
Yeah, we don't want to lose something.
Yes, sir. I believe I only have one more case left and it's on the file docket.
Daisy Sam? Did she get a new case?
Yes, sir. That's what I was gonna announce. She was arrested for what could be up to 3 cases. One new case has been filed, the other 2,
Two of them filed.
We got
Two
two
have been
been filed, 2 new cases been filed.
Well, I wasn't aware of the second one, but there's also a possible third one. So I'd like to ask to have this reset until we get all the cases. I think will be more efficient for the court and for us to do them all at once, or at least have them considered at one time.
Okay,
No objection from the state.
okay, before we do that, I'm gonna give her some bond conditions in these cases.
And Ms. Sanders here, she is on bond on at least one case.
I'm not on board on all of them.
Well, they haven't been filed yet, at least. The last one has not been filed, so
What is that?
that's a flash flood warning. Telling us it's raining.
During the block, sir. It's-
Okay, Ms. Sam, I'm gonna give you some bond conditions in these cases. I have a document that's titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law number 2. And it states as following: following the return of criminal information in County Court at Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. All bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named here are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or the United States. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
So that mean, I need my medical choice.
Well, this means that the court can require that you be,
I
okay,
need my medical.
okay, but my question to you is, do you understand what I just read?
I understand what you just read.
That was my only question. You went to answer me on something else.
What the judge is saying is, do you understand that's condition bond, that you can be tested
Mhm.
if they want to test you?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you're using something that's not a prescription drug, then there could be some problems. But his only question is, do you understand that you can be tested
Oh,
under
yes,
the
sir.
court's order?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now, the next condition, 3 and 4 does not apply. However, condition number 5 does apply. Condition number 5 states the defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless defendant is a peace officer, as defined by section 1.07 Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a sworn full-time paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Sam, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond will be revoked. Your bond, once your bond is revoked, warrant be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and placed in Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand that? Okay. Just, your attorney is gonna get a copy. No. We need a copy of that. Your attorney is gonna get your reset date. What is her reset date?
One of the cases on the trial, the other two.
I'm gonna put them on pretrial conference document.
Yes, sir, that's fine.
And they're supposed to have another one coming down. Another case coming.
September 9th.
August 26th or September 9th. Which one is best for you? Let's do September 9th.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Because that'll give you more time to get
Make
the,
sure
see if
we
the
have
case
the
is
new
filed.
case information, yes, sir.
Okay, so that's September, what was that number again? What was that date again? September the 9th. Okay, this case will be reset to September, well, these cases will be reset to September the 9th of 2024. Once you get your reset, sir, you gotta take your hat off. Okay. September 9th, 2024. Once you, your attorney's gonna get your reset and give you a copy of your bond conditions. Once you get a copy of your resets and bond conditions, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. Grove, well, are these your
Yes,
last
sir,
cases?
these are the-
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day. Yes. Yeah, the bailiff has the bond condition.
Oh, she's coming.
There she go.
My class still failed to appear.
Okay. We can call that case right now. Okay, this is, the court is back in session. It calls number 23 CCCR 1350, case of style of state of Texas versus Sherry Dawn Jones. Ms. Jones was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's merely called the name of Sherry Jones at the courthouse door. Sherry Jones did not answer. Sherry Jones has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 10:25 a.m. on today's date of July 8, 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Sherry Jones at the courthouse door? Sherry Jones' name was just called at the courthouse door. Sherry Jones did not answer. Sherry Jones has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. State, do you have a motion?
Same motion, Bronco, sure.
That motion will be granted. Sherry Jones' bond will be forfeited and warrant shall be issued for her arrest in cause number 23 CCCR 1350. And Mr. Reynolds, you're free to go. You have a blessed day.
I just asked Judge if she does get detained, that she be placed on the next jail docket.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we just need to, we won't know whether or not she,
Until she gets there.
yeah. Okay, you're welcome. Next case is cause number 24 CCCR 0656. Case of style of state of Texas versus Brian Paul Davila of Davila. Mr. Davila, your full name is Brian Paul Davila. Mr. Villa, how are you doing? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Villa, you're represented in your case by your attorney James Paget, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Paget, how are you doing?
Doing well, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning. Now, Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in Mr. Davila's case?
Your Honor, we've received all discovery. I just will need a reset to review the discovery with my client, which I'll do within the next week. And we'll be ready to proceed forward with the case.
Okay, Ms. Redmond, could you give us a reset on Mr. Davila's case? We'll keep it on the announcement docket.
That will work, Your Honor. I'll request an offer from the state in the meantime as well.
Okay.
August 11th.
Okay, this case will be reset to August, huh?
Oh, I'll send them one by email now.
Okay, the prosecutor said he's sending you an offer right now by email.
And I will relay that to my client and we'll be ready to move forward on the next setting, Your Honor.
Okay, so this case will be reset to August 11th, 2024 for announcement. Mr. Davila, you'll get your reset here in court from our court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. Next case is Juan Pablo Patino Moreno, cause number 24 CCCR 0358. Mr. Marino, would you please come forward? Your full name is Juan Pablo Patino Marino?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Patino Marino?
Good, and yourself?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney James Paget, who is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Paget, what is your announcement in this case?
This case will be a plea, Your Honor. We've received and reviewed all discovery. We've relayed the offer to my client, which he has accepted. I will just need a date for us to dispose of the case. But it will be a plea certain.
Okay. Give us a reset date. Okay.
So Judge, Yellow, and he's there, court date is gonna be, September
Well,
the 11th.
Okay.
It's a Wednesday.
Okay, you have to get those reset dates to the attorney.
Mm.
Like we gave them different dates. Now, Mr. Patino Marino, I need to give you some bond conditions before you leave the courtroom. I'm gonna read them to him first. Mr. Patino Marino, I have a document before me that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court at Law Number 2. And I'm going to go over this document with you. Once I finish going over this document, you will be given a copy of this document. And this document reads as follows: following the return of a criminal information in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas. All bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court. The court may revoke the bond and order arrest of any defendant who A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol, and the test indicates the presence of drugs and alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition?
Yes.
Now, condition number 3 doesn't apply. However, condition number 4 does apply because you're charged with a DWI second, which is classified as a subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code. And condition number 4 states as follows: the defendant whose information charges any subsequent offense listed under section 49.04 through 4906 of the Texas Penal Code shall not operate any motor vehicle unless the vehicle is equipped with an interlock device mechanism that makes impractical the operation of the vehicle if ethyl alcohol is detected in the breath of the operator. And said device shall be installed at the defendant's expense with written verifications of such installation being submitted to the court on or before 3 days after today. Do you understand that condition? Now, condition number 5 states as follows: defendant shall obtain, maintain, pay for, and have no violations with the initial interlock, the mobile breath device. Any violations will be grounds for revocation. Do you understand that? And condition number 6 states that the defendant must attend AANA meetings 3 times a week and provide proof to the court. Do you understand that condition? Now, I'm going to give you a schedule of AANA meetings that needs to be copied. And this is a list of places that you can go for AA meetings. And I also have a sign-in sheet that you will bring with you when you go to those meetings. A sponsor will sign the sheet every time you go, verifying that you went to the AANA meeting. You understand? Mr. Bailiff, could you hand these documents to Mr. Tino Marino? Okay, those are the documents. The locations of AANA meetings are located on that document. It's about 3 pages, so they have them all over the Jefferson County area. Okay, you could just pick one that's closest to you or one that's more convenient, and then you can start participating in that program. Okay, you just have to participate 3 times a week. Now, if you violate any one of these bond conditions, your bond can be revoked, and if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You'll be arrested and you'll be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, and what is this reset date again?
September the 11th.
Okay, so your case will be reset September 11th, 2024. Yes, you get a copy of your reset from our court coordinator. Once you get a copy of your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thanks.
Stay in contact with your bondsman and your attorney. And Mr. Paget, I think this was your last case, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next case is cause number M325296, case of style of state of Texas versus Jorge Bo Gonzalez. Mr. Gonzalez is appearing via Zoom. Mr. Gonzalez, how are you doing?
I'm all right, I do, sir.
Okay, you're just kind of breaking up a little bit. Mr. Gonzalez, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Dustin Galmore, who is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great today, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Mr. Galmore, what's your announcement in Mr. Gonzalez's case? See, we got the
Judge, we're still working with the state on receiving a video of the blood draw in this case. It was not originally tendered, and I know that the state's already gotten with the video department, and I believe that video is being made.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna reset this case. Give us a reset date. Yes. What date?
August 19th.
Okay, this case can be reset to August 19 or August 26. Which one is convenient for you? Mrs. Galmore?
The 26 sounds better.
Okay. Okay, and August 20, this case will be reset August 26, 2024. Mr. Gonzalez, you need to be here in person on that date, and stay in contact with your attorney, your bondsman. They will be given notice of your recess. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Galmore, I think this is no, you have another case.
I do have one more case, Mr. Paltz.
Okay. Mr. Gonzalez, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, you too.
All right. Next case is cause number 23CCCR 0154, case of style of state of Texas versus William Kenneth Paltz. Mr. Paltz, would you please come forward? Mr. Paltz, your full name is William Kenneth Paltz.
Yes, Your
How are you doing, Mr. Paltz?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome. Mr. Paltz, you representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Galmore. Attorney Galmore, what's your announcement in Mr. Paltz's case?
You know, Mr. Paltz's case, we received blood discovery in this case, forwarded it to our expert. We have not received a report back from the expert, but I expect it very soon. So I believe we just need one other pretrial setting.
Yeah, it's on the trial docket. We'll keep it on the trial docket.
Okay.
Okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case will also be reset to August 26, 2024. Mr. Paltz, you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator here in court. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Galmore, is this your last case?
It is, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
You're free to go as well. Your reset will be sent to you and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, you too.
You're welcome. Jesus Hernandez Villanueva, did he appear? Okay. Mr. Villanueva, your full name is Jesus Hernandez Villanueva? Yes. How are you doing, Mr. Villanueva? How are you? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Villanueva. You're representing your case by your attorney Jared Gilthorpe. Attorney Gilthorpe, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good. And Mr. Gilthorpe, what is your announcement in Mr. Villanueva's case?
Judge, we've signed a plea. Are we not doing that?
Oh, here it is.
Oh.
Okay. Just popped up. I see I'm moving a little faster than them. Okay, Mr. Villanueva, hold on a minute. So announcement down here.
I just realized, did he pick a date?
Yeah, it's written on there. He's gonna go in on about 19.
Okay, Mr. Villanueva. Mr. Gilthorpe, do you waive a record in Mr. Villanueva's case?
Yes, Judge.
Mr. Villanueva, I have before me a document that is titled information sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, in clause number 23 CCCR 2188, it alleges that you, Jesus Hernandez Villanueva, on or about August 2nd of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, second, while you were operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas. This information further alleges that prior to the commission of this offense, that pull up your indictment. Or your information. Is that right? In the enhancement paragraph, it says the month is Marcy 14th. Instead of March.
Oh.
It says Marcy.
I didn't catch that.
Or you
Can,
make it a trial amendment?
Yeah.
You have any objections?
No,
Are you waiving any,
we waive your. honor.
okay, you waive the time requirements for the amendment of the information? You need to print that off?
Right above 21.
You said it was, you're gonna have to write, well, you got information sheet, you're gonna have to write amended before information sheet. Just maybe put your initials on it. Your name. Okay. Now, Mr. Villanueva, I have before me a document that is titled amended information sheet. In this amended information sheet, Mr. Villanueva, it alleges that you, Jesus Hernandez Villanueva, on or about August 2nd of 2023, while you operated a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, the enhancement paragraph states that prior to the commission of this offense, that on March 14th of 2012, in cause number 290170 in the County Code of Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, that you were convicted of the offense relating to the operation of a motor vehicle while intoxicated. Is this true or not true? You have to say true. True. If it's true, okay. Now, to the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. Second, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? No contest. Now, are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily? Yes. And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Yes, okay. Now, Mr. Villanueva, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. It's also labeled as State's Exhibit number 1. Do you recognize this document? Yes. On page 2 of this same document, there are a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked no contender, which means no contest. The initials are JH. Did you place your initials on this document? Yes. On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? Yes. And on the next document that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal, do you recognize this document? Yes. And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? Okay. Mr. Villanueva, I also have before me a document on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Yes. Now, Mr. Villanueva, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I've just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe, go over these documents with you? Yes. And did you read and understand everything that Mr. Gilthorpe went over? Yes. Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay. Mr. Villanueva, are you a citizen of the United States? No. You're not? No. Okay, we need to get him to fill out this form. What country are you from?
Guerrero, Mexico.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Villanueva, I'm handing the attorney a document that is titled English Statement 1 for all foreign nationals except those for mandatory notification countries. Your attorney is going to go over this document with you. And then you will sign and your attorney will sign as a witness in appropriate location. Simpson County Code of Law number 2 is back in session. Now, Mr. Villanueva, I have before me a document that is titled English Statement 1 for all foreign nationals except those for mandatory notification countries. And Mr. Villanueva, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line as title defendant? Next to your attorney that signed as witness. Now, there's one box that's circled here. The box that's circled says no, and it's below a statement that reads as follows. Do you want us to notify your consular officers at this time? And you circle no, is that correct? Now, is everything on this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Okay. And Mr. Gilthorpe, you've advised in the council, Mr. Villanueva, have you advised him pursuant to the case of Padilla versus Kentucky of his rights regarding him pleading guilty of no contest to this case?
I have your honor.
Okay. Now, did we already offer states one?
Not yet, Your Honor.
Okay.
State offer stage one.
You have any objections?
No objection.
No objection. States exhibit number one is admitted. And now, Mr. Gilthorpe, you advising counsel, Mr. Villanueva, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Villanueva, your attorney, Mr. Gilthorpe has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation? Oh, has he? Has he, are you satisfied with his representation? Is that correct? And has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Now I need you to go back, we're going back to state's exhibit number one, and under citizenship, it says, if you're not a U.S. citizen or plead guilty, another contingent may result in deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law. You understand that statement? Okay, could we have him the initial and paragraph? Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Villanueva, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. We'll also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
For Vince plead of no contest, the state has offered 90 days probated over 2 years with DWI second standard conditions that include the 72 hours jail.
What is this fine and court cost?
Those are being waived in this case.
Okay, waiving the fine, okay. Okay. 392, okay. And,
This case is to run concurrent with the felony case, and the companion misdemeanor is being dismissed for forfeiture.
what's the companion case number? Felony?
20, oh,
It is. One second.
It's on the tablet? Hold on a minute.
yes, Your Honor.
23 CCCR 2188.
Oh, no, that's the.
Oh, that's this one. So then it's
It's 24,
2190.
okay, it's 24 DCCR, okay,
That's the
felony.
felony, correct. And then the
24
misdemeanor companion is
C.
2190.
But that's the one that they're dismissing,
Correct.
For forfeiture, Your Honor, yes.
okay.
And we've already filled that out.
Now, okay, you weren't appointed in this case, right?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Court cost is 392. Now, the community service is being waived as well?
That's correct, Your Honor.
So that's just 2 years. 61. Okay, now, Mr. Villanueva, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail. Let me see, hold on. I just thought about something. Yeah, you would not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation
That,
for a period of
except for
2
the
years.
72 hours.
Hmm?
He's also has to serve his 72
Right.
hours. Oh, you said
Right.
any time.
No,
Oh, so
just,
he
I was talking about,
sometime.
I was talking about the 90 days.
Okay.
You will not have to serve the 90 days in the Jefferson County Jail on this case because you'll be placed on probation for 2 years. During the 2 years probationary period, you'll be required to, you will not be required to pay a fine because that fine will be waived. The regular fine will be, however, the DPS fine, you will be required to pay that of $100. Now, you will also be required to pay court costs of $392, probation fee of $60 a month. Wait a minute, is he on felony probation? He is?
Yes.
Okay. So,
Yes,
let me do this here.
concurrent with the felony program.
Okay, let me do this, let me calculate. That's what is that right? Can't be right. Let me see. 100 plus 30. Oh. Okay, now let me explain this to you. Now, Mr. Villanueva, the state is offering that you serve 90 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, this 90 days you will not serve this 90 days because it'll be probated for a period of 2 years. During the 2-year probationary period, the regular fine is waived. However, you will be required to pay a DPS fine of $100 and court costs of $392. You're also required to pay a probation fee of $6 a month, your analysis fee of $150 a month, and a reimbursement fee of $15. That comes to a total each month of $61 a month. However, because you will be serving felony probation at the same time, you will only have to pay one fee. So you will not be required to pay the probation fee in this case, the urinalysis fee in this case, and the reimbursement fee. So your total amount, instead of being $61 a month, it would be $21 a month that you're required to pay. Are you able to pay that? Yeah. All right. Now, you will not be required to serve any community service. In this case, it'll be waived, and I would imagine because you'll be doing community service in your felony case. Now, this case, now, you will also be required, this is DWI second, so he has to have an interlock, right? Yeah.
Right.
So you'll be required to have an interlock device on any vehicle that you want to operate. You have to attend and complete the DWI intervention class. You'll also have an alcohol assessment. You will be required to serve 72 hours in jail. When is that jail time is to start?
19th, Your Honor.
July 19th?
July 19th.
No, okay. July 19th. You'll be required to turn yourself in July 19th, 2024 at or before 6 p.m. on that day. It's at or before 6 p.m.
Oh, that's 20th? Oh,
I mean, if he turns, if 12 noon is before 6
Oh,
p.m.,
but-
that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
It's at or before 6 p.m.
That's fine.
Okay. Now, this case will run concurrent with cause number 24 DCCR 0195, and the state will be dismissing cause number 23 CCCR 2190 for forfeiture of the weapon in that case. And Mr. Villanueva, I have before me a document that is titled motion to forfeit the weapon to the Needham Police Department. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line as titled defendant? Now, Mr. Villanueva, before you sign this document, did your attorney go over this document with you? And did you understand everything that he went over? And is everything in this document true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And are you asking the court to grant this motion to forfeit the weapon, in this case, to the Needham Police Department?
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Villanueva, court will be granting the motion to forfeit the weapon in cause number 23 CCCR 2190 to the Needham Police Department. Mr. Villanueva, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
And along with the court's adjustment?
Yes.
And do you think that is fair and just?
Yes.
And do you accept it?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Villanueva, I'll follow the people agreements that you have entered into with the state along with the court's adjustments. This will conclude your cases. You understand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Gilthorpe, this is your only case?
Yes.
Okay, you're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Next case is cause number M334306, case of style of state of Texas versus Richard Anthony Damon. Mr. Damon, your full name is Richard Anthony Damon. How are you doing, Mr. Damon? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking, Mr. Damon. You're representing your case by your attorney Marv Provo. Ms. Provo, how are you doing? That's good. Ms. Provo, what is your announcement in Mr. Damon's case?
We still are negotiating on this case in regard to Mr. Daniel.
If I may, Your Honor, the defense has just given me some new information that I need to go over.
Okay. Now, we're gonna keep this case on the pretrial docket. Is that correct, State? You have any objections?
No objections.
Okay, give us a reset date.
August 20th.
Okay, this case will be reset August 26th, 2024. Mr. Damon, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. And Ms. Provo, this is your only case. You're free to go as well and you have a blessed day. You're welcome. Yes, you may be excused. Is that the gentleman,
Oh, hey, ready.
Mr. Sayers, your attorney, was in here earlier. We're going to see where he is. He may be next door at another court. So just, hold on. I'll be trying to locate your attorney.
Okay, yes, sir.
Oh, you're welcome. Mr. Sayers, please put your mic on mute.
I'm sorry.
Thank you. Okay. Travis Bruce,
He's.
Travis, I thought he was, okay.
Yeah, he's here. He just stepped right inside. I'll grab him.
You say something?
Most people think.
Oh. The Jefferson County Court at law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number 23 CCCR 0464. Case of style of state of Texas versus Travis Colton Bruce. Mr. Bruce, is that your full name?
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you doing, Mr. Bruce?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Bruce, you're representing your case by your attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, how are you doing?
I'm good, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Gertz, what's your announcement, Mr. Bruce K?
Judge, I think the state filed a motion for continuance in this case,
That's correct.
You did?
and we're obviously not opposed to that.
Okay, hold on, I need to get a copy.
That-
Bruce, Travis Colton Bruce.
That I don't believe we have a reporter or panel this week, Your Honor.
Mhm. It's hard to get it'd be hard to get a jury during a hurricane.
Well, Judge Stevens was all fired up. I'm gonna send this case over to Templeton's court. I'll send this case to Worthing's court. I'll send this case with. He's got a whole list.
And state you have no objection, is that correct? I mean, defense, you have no objections. Okay, court is granting it. Now, Mr. Bruce, your attorney's gonna get you reset. Once you get you reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
That's all.
Next case is cause number M 3338384, case of style of state of Texas versus Kyrie Richard or Richard. Richard. Kyrie, how do you pronounce your last name? Do you pronounce it Richard or Richard? Richard. Okay. How you doing, Mr. Richard? Okay, you looking nice. Yeah. Now, Mr. Richard, well, you're representing your case by your attorney Ryan Gertz. Attorney Gertz, with announcement in this state, filed a motion in this one as well.
Not in this one, Your Honor. Is my understanding from a conversation that we had that this case is going to be a plea.
We are working out a plea deal. We don't have it worked out yet, Judge. And I was preparing for a trial and.
So you just need to reset.
A short resetting, maybe 30 days for.
Okay, give us a reset. We're gonna put this on a plea docket.
Yes, please.
Kyrie Richard, page 2, the first case. Now it's on the jury trial docket. Plea docket, reset it for plea.
Sure.
That's fine. Okay, this case was reset August 26, 2024. Mr. Richard, you're gonna get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Next case is cause number M333626. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Cody Charles C.
In this case, the state does have a motion, Your Honor.
Did I get it right that time, your last name?
Yes.
Okay. I always say with that Y, so it's a C. Y is solid. Okay, so state has a motion in this case, is that correct?
Yes.
Give us a reset. Give us give me a copy of that motion. You have any objections? No objections. His name is SEAY.
Bruce? Okay, give me 1 second, let me do your research. I'll send them to you all.
Okay. Yeah, don't trust me.
Yeah. No, that is. So this motion is gonna be granted. And what's that date,
That's all.
Mr. C?
August 26th.
Okay, this case will be reset for trial August 26th. Once you get your reset from your attorney, Mr. C, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
You too.
You're welcome. And
Have a seat back there and I'll call you right back up.
is that your last case?
That's it.
Okay, okay, let me check.
And then Mr. Jeffries had a few troubles for him.
Okay, what's that?
And Mr. Kelly and.
Kelly, Minaldi covered for
Oh,
Kelly.
okay.
Got you. Yeah, Kelly was on there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I don't see anything else. You're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Andrew. Yeah. I'll be right back.
Okay. They're gonna get their recess. Okay. So this is cause number M330816, case is filed in the state of Texas versus Watavian Lee Johnson. Watavian Johnson was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At or about 9 a.m. Watavian Johnson name was called at the courthouse door by the court's bailiff. Watavian Johnson did not answer. Watavian Johnson has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 11:19 a.m. on today's date of July 8th of 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Watavian Johnson at the courthouse door? Watavian Johnson's name was just called to get at the courthouse door. Watavian Johnson did not answer. Watavian Johnson has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. State, do you have a motion? That motion will be granted. Watavian Johnson's bond will be forfeited. And a warrant shall be issued for his arrest in cause number M330817. Next case is cause.
Do we have a record, John? We don't have.
No.
I just wanted to note that we are under
hurricane.
emergency declaration by the state today, and there has been an advisory about it that I am personally aware of, because I observed it on television by Lieutenant Governor advising all persons to stay off of the roads today. So there may be exigent circumstances.
Okay, now that was the, you talking about Jefferson County?
I assume that Jefferson County is one of the 120 counties subject to the disaster declaration by the
Okay.
state, and then there was an advisory by the Lieutenant Governor for people to stay off of the roads today.
Okay.
Which I would assume applies to Jefferson County.
State.
All these other people right here.
Well, but yeah, what we'll do is, we'll take that under advisement. Okay. Okay, now, next case is cause number 23 CCCR 2136. Case is styled in the state of Texas versus Fred Toops.
State has a motion in this case, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Toops, your full name is Fred Toops?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Toops?
Alan.
Fred
Fred
Allen.
Allen Toops the second.
Okay, because on the docket sheet, it just has Fred Toops. And Mr. Toops, you're representing your case by your attorney. Attorney Ralph Kimler, Attorney Kimler, announcement in Mr. Toops' case.
Correct, Your Honor. I have informed Mr. Hubel we're unopposed to the state's motion for continuance.
Not opposed? Okay, can I get a copy of that motion? Yeah, I mean, we got. They're not opposed. Okay, now, Mr. Toops. The attorney's gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you're free to go,
Yes, sir.
and you have a blessed day.
Yes,
Stay
sir.
safe. Now, Mr. Hyde, your full name is Daenerys Hyde? How are you doing, Mr. Hyde? That's good. Mr. Hyde, your attorney is Attorney William Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson is not here. The state has advised the court that Mr. Wilkerson has filed a motion for continuance and they're not opposed. That simply means your case is going to be reset. Your attorney asked for it to be reset. Okay? You're gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Have a seat in that third chair on the wall. You go. Okay. What else? States continue?
Oh, my apologies.
You're
Thanks.
continue.
Yeah, Miss Simmons
Oh,
had told me there was.
mhm.
The,
Okay.
no, that was my fault. My apologies, Judge.
He wasn't opposed.
No,
Well, it wasn't, okay. So he wasn't opposed, apparently. He wasn't, yeah. Now you talked to him when?
Talked to Secretary Glover this morning, and she said.
Oh, you did?
Yes, she said that he had surgery, some type of procedure, and was going to live on that.
Okay, so his medical procedure, okay. Okay, this is cause number M 333-904. Case is filed in the state of Texas versus Jamel Earl Bernard. Mr. Bernard, is that your full name? How you doing, Mr. Bernard? That's good, Mr. Bernard. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Todd LeBlanc. Attorney LeBlanc, how are you doing?
Good, Judge, thanks.
That's good, Mr. LeBlanc. What is your announcement in Mr. Bernard's case?
Judge, as the court probably knows, he has a felony pending arising out of the same circumstances, and it proves that.
When is your court date for the felony?
Post the date. I mean,
Did they give you a reset? What's the reset date?
They told me to give him my time because he wouldn't make it in.
So they haven't given you a date yet?
No, I think my time, and I told him I had something. He hasn't, yes, he hadn't gotten it.
Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna reset your case. We're going to have our court coordinator check the computer to see what date your felony case is set on. We're gonna set this case on the same date as your felony case. Now, if it's not in the computers, obviously we can't do that today, but we're gonna check all week until we find out the date, and then we'll send the date to your attorney and your bondsman. Okay, so,
You have to come to the felony, you have to come to it.
yeah, you're gonna do the same thing that you did today. You come here, check in, then go to the felony court.
Oh, I come here first and then check.
Yeah, just check in with the bailiff.
Straight to the felony court.
No. Yeah, just check in with the bailiff, let them know that you're here, got a felony. Go to your felony court, and once you finish there, you're gonna come here and let us know what happened with the felony case. Okay, so you're free to go. You have a blessed day, Mr. LeBlanc. You're free to go as well. You have a blessed day. Your reset will be sent to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Next case is cause number M 332-952. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Andre Sias. We're bond conditions now. And Mr. Sias is appearing via Zoom.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sias, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, sir.
Okay. Mr. Sias, we understand that you have that you're under weather and you have an ailment that you're unable to, I guess, make your appearance here in court.
Yes, sir. I have the flu.
Yes.
I've been having the chills. I've been throwing up, and I've been having bad cold flashes.
Okay. Can't tell you what to do, but you probably need to go check with a doctor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I came here to do the Zoom.
I understand. And now, Mr. Sias, you are represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. And Mr. Adams is also appearing via Zoom. Mr. Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well.
Okay. Now, Mr. Adams, your client was unable to be here because because of his illness. We're going to keep this case on a jury trial docket. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Give us a reset date. Okay, this case was reset to August 19th, 2024. Mr. Adams, your reset will be sent to you. Mr. Sias, stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will have your reset date. Now, Mr. Sias, we pray that you have a full and speedy recovery and that you go take care of your illness. Mr. Adams, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. And Mr. Sias, you're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
You too, sir. Be safe.
All right, take it easy.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. How you hang the Zoom up?
Well, I can hold on a minute. I can remove you.
I'm sorry, sir. This is new to me.
Okay, just hold on. Hold on a minute. Let me see. Ms. Moore, how do you pronounce your first name?
Churchy. Our churchy.
Churches?
Churchy.
Churches, okay. Ms. Moore, now this case was transferred from County Court Law number 3 over here. Did she have an attorney in that case? Oh, let me check. Okay, let's see who's next. Actually, the next one up. Now, she had qualified for a court-appointed attorney over there?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the next lawyer that's on the list is Lori Perazzo. Lori Perazzo is going to be appointed to represent you in this case. Okay. Now, Ms. Moore, your attorney that will be appointed in this case is attorney Lori Perazzo. Attorney Perazzo was here earlier. Ms. Perazzo will be given information to contact you, and you will be given information to contact her. I need to give you some bond conditions first. Okay. Now, Ms. Moore, I have a document before me that is titled Standard Bond Conditions in County Court Law number 2. You will get a copy of this document before you leave here today. And this document states as follows: following a return of a criminal information in County Court Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, all bail bonds executed for release of any defendant named herein are ordered subject to the additional conditions. Number 1, the defendant shall commit no offense against the laws of this state, any other state, or of the United States. Do you understand that condition? Condition number 2, the defendant shall submit to testing for drugs and alcohol at any time as directed by the court may revoke the bond and order the arrest of any defendant who, A, refuses to submit to a test for drugs and alcohol when directed to do so by the court, or B, submit to a test for drugs and alcohol and the test indicates the presence of drugs or alcohol in the defendant's body. Do you understand that condition? Now, condition number 3 and condition number 4 does not apply. However, condition number 5 does apply. Condition number 5 states as follows: the defendant is prohibited from possessing a firearm or ammunition unless the defendant is a peace officer, as defined by Section 1.07 of the Penal Code, actively engaged in employment as a full-time, sworn, paid employee of a state agency or political subdivision. Do you understand that condition? Now, Ms. Moore, if you violate any one of these conditions, your bond can be revoked. And if your bond is revoked, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. You will be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. And as I mentioned earlier, your attorney that has been appointed to represent you is Attorney Lori Perazzo. Our court coordinator will give you information to contact Ms. Perazzo, and Ms. Perazzo will be given information to contact you. Now, please have a seat in that first chair on the wall. Wait for your name to be called. Once your name is called, you go to the window in front of the court coordinator. You're going to get a copy of your reset and your bond conditions. You'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you.
You-
I got one
yes.
question. I'm just trying to tell you that I don't know, PR bond, that's the same thing that we're talking about, right?
You're on a bond, yeah. There are three types of bonds. You have a PR bond, a personal cognizance bond. That just simply means you didn't have to pay any money to get out of jail. You were released under your own personal cognizance. The next type of bond is a cash bond, which means you would have to pay the full amount of the bond to get out of jail. And the third type of bond is a surety bond, which means that you would have to pay a bondsman a percentage of the bond to get out of jail. So they're just considered a bond. Okay,
Thank you.
just have a seat at that first chair on the wall.
Right.
Yes, she went to make the copies.
I don't care.
Okay.
Here. I have to go.
Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number M332054. Case of Solid State of Texas versus Willard Jerome Brannon II. Mr. Brannon was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court will be able to call the name of Willard Brannon at the courthouse door, or Willard Brannon II at the courthouse door. Willard Brannon II did not answer. He has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 12:04 p.m. on today's date of July 8, 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Willard Brannon II at the courthouse door? Willard Brannon II.
I'm not getting that person.
Willard,
Willard.
like Elmo Willard?
How you doing, Judge?
All right.
No response, Your Honor.
Okay. Willard Brannon II's name was just called by the court's bailiff at the courthouse door. Willard Brannon II did not answer. Willard Brannon II has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. Mr. Brannon has been given an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond form, Church.
That motion will be granted. Willard Brannon II bond for pending warrant for his arrest and cause number M332054. Next. Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 1142. Case of Style of State of Texas versus Devondrick Jermaine Berry. Devondrick Berry was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. At about 9 a.m., the court's been called the name of Devondrick Berry at the courthouse door. Devondrick Berry did not answer, and Mr. Berry has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 12:06 p.m. on today's date of July 8, 2024. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Devondrick Berry at the courthouse door?
Devondrick Mary. Devondrick Berry. No response, Your Honor.
Okay, Devondrick Berry's name was just called again at the courthouse door. Devondrick Berry did not answer. The reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Berry opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do we have a motion?
State moves for bond form, Church.
That motion will be granted. Next case is cause number 23 CCCR 1060. Oh, that person is in custody. That was recent. Next case is cause number M333888. Case is Style of the State of Texas versus Kenneth W. Baptiste. Kenneth Baptiste was scheduled to be in court this morning at 9 a.m. Of course, jury trial docket. Kenneth Baptiste did not appear. Kenneth Baptiste has not appeared in court since the court has been in session. The time now is 12:07 p.m. on the day's date. Ms. Bailiff, would you please call the name of Kenneth Baptiste at the courthouse door? Hmm? Yeah, but he didn't appear.
Response, Your Honor.
Kenneth Baptiste name was just called again at the courthouse door. Kenneth Baptiste did not appear. Reasonable time has passed to give Mr. Baptiste an opportunity to appear in court. He has not appeared in court. State, do you have a motion?
State moves for bond form, Church.
That motion will be granted. Okay. This will conclude the calling of the court's trial docket, court pre-trial conference docket, and of course, announcement docket. All three dockets scheduled on today's date, July 8, 2024, in County Court at Law number 2, Jefferson County, Texas. Judge Terrence Holmes presiding. Everyone, please have a blessed day. Mr. Prosecutor, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
If you want.